Welcome to today's class, and in this class I will be explaining some basic terms as regard electrolysis, which is the chemistry, and let's look at how we are going to be getting the details. So if you have seen it for the very first time, that is who I am, the passionate teacher with the legacy. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, and make sure you share, drop any question, like it, and make a comment. This is the lesson objective. This is the lesson objective. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to define electrolysis. Yes. Get a pen and paper and put them down. Distinguish between electrolytes and non-electrolyte. Explain the process of electrolysis using sodium chloride and water. Identify and describe the product of electrolysis. Discuss the major application of electric plating, purification, and extraction of metal. The product of electrolysis. All this will be discussed. The product form will actually be analyzed. Let's go in. What is electrolysis? If I may ask you now, if you brainstorm in your brain, what does it mean? Electrolysis is the chemical decomposition of a compound in its molten or aqueous state by passing an electric current to pass through it. Look at the word decomposition. In biology, when you hear the word decomposed, what does it mean? What comes to your mind? Decompose means to break something down. You get what I'm saying now? And when you talk about a compound, it's a combination of two or more elements that are chemically joined together. That is, they are chemically combined. And examples of a compound, we have water is an example of a compound, salt is an example of a compound. What are the elements that comprise of salt? What are the elements that comprise of water that make it to become a compound? That of salt is sodium and chlorine, and that of water is hydrogen and oxygen. So the chemical decomposition of this is what we refer to as electrolysis. That is the process of using an artificial method, which is require electricity, to break them down into their simpler form. That is what we refer to as electrolysis. I believe you can get that now. That is what we refer to as what? Electrolysis is the chemical decomposition of a compound in its molten or aqueous state by passing an electric current through it. The molten that is, it is just like a semi-liquid. They are not actually liquid, but they are in a molten or a what? Aqueous state. That is what electrolysis. And there are three principles here, but before I will be talking about these key principles, I want you to understand better. So I have a simpler definition here. It's the process of using electricity to break down a compound into its element or simpler substance. You can see that now. That is what I mean by what electrolysis. Example, when electric is passed through a water, like I gave you an example that water is a compound, it breaks down into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Can you see that now? So that is what we mean by what electrolysis. Make sure you understand. You can play the video again, you can repeat it again, and make sure you get that. Now, what are the key principles that are required in this? One is what? Electric energy, that is chemical changes that need to pass through that carry the current. But then apparatus use electrolyte cell, electrolytic cell, electrode power source, and what? Electrolyte. These are the apparatus that we use in do that. An equation, general compound, liquid or aqueous, that L mean what? Liquid or what? Aqueous solution. Elements or simpler compound plus what? Energy. So that is what? That is that. That is that. So you can get that. And these are the basic time that it is required when we are talking about electrolysis. The first one is what? Electrolyte. Conduct electricity when molten or aqueous form that is electrolyte. That is, in other way, a material that conduct electricity in their what? When they are in the aqueous or in their molten substance, they are referred to as what? Electrolyte. You know, we have conductor. We are talking about some aspect of it in physics. We have conductor and what? Non-conductor. Conductor are material that allow electric current to pass through them, and non-conductor are those that does not allow. Now, in this form now, as a chemistry aspect of it, electrolyte conduct electricity when they are in what? In molten form. That is what? Electrolyte. And non-electrolyte, the other way, does not conduct electricity. Easy, e.g., sugar, solution, kerosene, and what? Alcohol. But examples of these that conduct, we have sodium chloride, copper sulfide, H2SO4. So all these, you can be look at them very well now. They are aqueous. That what you are saying there, that aqueous simply means aqueous. It simply means what? They are aqueous. And there is another word, they are acidic. You can see that now. You can see that now. That is what it means. That is that is molten on what? In an aqueous form. An electrode, the conductor through which current enter or leaving the electrolyte, and we have two: the anode, what is the positive charges, and the cathode. As we go on, we begin to understand this in detail. So electrode, the conductor through which current enter or leaving the what? Electrolyte. Do you get that now? So what we are saying now is that what? They are, is just like a building that has a room that has two entrance to that particular room. So that entrance now, if probably they said boys can enter through this and ladies can enter through this, and if you want to come out again, you must follow this as a lady and you must follow this as a what? As a guy, or probably in a restroom. Guys has a specific and lady has a specific. So that channel through which they enter is what we refer to as what? The electrode in this aspect. You understand now? In which the channel they used to enter and they used to what? To pass out. And we have anode, which is the positively charged, and cathode, which is the what? Positively charged. Because during the process of the breaking, the composing, electron leave the container. So that is that. Now, difference between electrolytes and non-electrolytes. Substance that conducts electricity in their molten state or when dissolved in water and are decomposed by it are referred to as what? Electrolyte. They are substance that conduct heat and electricity when they are in molten state. While substance that does not conduct electricity either in molten state or when dissolved, they are referred to as non-electrolyte. You can see that now. That is that cat ion that move freely, do not contain iron or have immobile ion. You can see that now. It doesn't contain iron or having immobile ion. Those are the differences between the two. And another example you can see here is examples of electrolyte, like we have said, that is sodium chloride, sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, copper 2 sulfate. And examples in that non-electrolyte, we have sugar solution, alcohol, kerosene, distilled water. All these do not allow electric current to pass through them. Then let's look at the component of electrolytic cell. We have the power source, provide electric energy. Then we have electrode, that is anode and cathode. We've said that earlier on. And electrolyte, we have ionic compound, molten solution, and decomposed by what? Current. Diagram, schematic of a simple electrolytic cell showing power source, anode, cathode, and electrolyte. In the next video you'll be seeing. That's why I expect you to subscribe to this channel and make sure you always follow. There is a video that will be coming that all the details of that diagram will actually what? Be explained later on. July, I believe you are learning and I believe you are getting it. Electrolysis of sodium chloride solution. Setup, we have sodium chloride solution. Those are the materials: carbon electrode, power source, reactant at the cathode. We have H2O, which is water, plus that is 2 electron is being released. Then we have H2 plus OH. Then at the anode we have chlorine, plus the reaction is giving chlorine also then 2 electron is actually what? Leaving. This is the overall reaction of what we are looking at. Look at it very well. Sodium chloride plus water, it will give a sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen plus chlorine. What are the products that was gained from that reaction? Hydrogen at the cathode, chlorine at the anode, and sodium hydroxide remain in the solution. Let me give you more details of what you're actually seeing here so that you can have the better understanding of it. You can see now, let me adjust this so that you can get what I'm saying here. You can see now, that is the product of electrolysis at the substance form at the 2 electrons when electric current pass through an electrolyte. Now they depend on the type of electrolyte and the electrode used, but generally at the cathode, negative electrode, positive ion cation electron, reduction to form metal or hydrogen gas. Now example, in the electricity of water, hydrogen gas is produced as the cathode. That's what we're saying the other side now. Hydrogen gas is produced as the cathode. At the anode, negative ion lose electron, oxidation to form non-metal such as oxygen, chlorine, etc. In the electricity of water, oxygen gas is produced as the what? Anode. You can see that now. Is produced as the what? Anode. And that is what we are trying to look at the anode, positive electrode, and at the cathode, negative electrode. That is what we are trying to explain there. An example is what you can see on the screen now. In the electricity of water, hydrogen is produced as the cathode, while this one now, oxygen is produced as the what? Anode. This is a summary of what we are saying. Cathode, hydrogen gas; anode, oxygen gas. You can see that now. Another example is electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. Cathode, sodium metals, and anode, chlorine gas. All these now are what we refer to as the product of electrolysis. When the reaction is when this is suggested into electrolysis, these are the product that actually what produce. So that is what we are actually saying, and that is what we are trying to what actually explain. You can pause the video and make sure you understand as we proceed. So that is what we are saying. The summary of what we are saying here is what actually explained in details in that slide that you see now. Now, electrolysis of water, dilute H2SO4 as electrolyte to electrode, DC power supply, and these are the reaction like we just said now. Observation: hydrogen is twice the volume of oxygen. That is that overall reaction. You can see that at the cathode, this is what are producing at the cathode, and at the anode, this is the what you will be seeing. H2SO4 and H2O and hydrogen plus what? Oxygen are what you will be seeing, just like the explanation that I gave previously. Now, what are the application of electrolysis? One of the major application, because everything we do in this life, there is always a result and there is a purpose for it. For everything in life, there is a purpose. There is a purpose for decomposing all those chemical compounds. So one of the reason and the main purpose is what refers to here as the application of electrolysis. What are they using them for? Why are they doing that? Number one is what? Electroplating, and that one is coating on metal to prevent corrosion, e.g. silver plating. You will see some metallic material using in the kitchen that they can never be corrosive, that they cannot decay like other iron that you can see that they can rust. All those things cannot rust. Why? Because they have what? And coat them with other metals, and that process of coating them so that they cannot be rust is what refers to as what? Electroplating. Example, our stainless that we normally use at home, they are being coated so they can't be rust, because they are dangerous to what? Human health. So that is what we are what? Electroplating. Coating of metal to prevent corrosion. That is, coating of metal with other metal to prevent what? Corrosion. That is what? That is that. The second one is purification of metal, removal of what? Impurity from metal, like copper. When there is a metal that has impurity, we use electroplating to remove the word impurity from it. Extraction of metal. Obtain reactive metal like aluminum from molten state. They are used to extract metal from a molten state. That is that. And these are other purification you can see now that this purification of copper electrode anode equals to impure copper, cathode equals to pure copper sheet electrolyte and copper surface solution. Reaction anode copper and copper 2 sulfide and copper 2, then 2 electrons is being discharged. Then cathode, we have the same thing, and copper, so which is known as what? Solid. So that is a pure copper deposit at the cathode, impurity fall as slug. You can see now the result of this is that what? Pure copper decompose. They are talking about the composition of that electroplating which we discuss here now. You get what I'm saying now? So what they are trying to tell us that purification of metal, remove impurity from metal like copper. So here now they are trying to remove the what? The impurity. Is the impurity that refers to that it's fall as what? Slug. You get what I'm saying now? It fall as slug. That's the impurity. So they are trying to remove the copper. They are trying to remove the metal from the non-metal impurity. So that is what? That is that. Then we have industrial and daily application. We have industrial and daily application of that, and that is extraction of reactive metal. The second one is manufacture of chlorine and sodium hydroxide. Those are the industrial use. Electroplating jewelries, utensil and copper. There are some jewelries that cannot be rust. It is because of this application. And some kitchen use which I've talked about before. So that is that. And the other one is what? Electrolytic cleaning and etching. So that is that. Now evaluation question, that is, these are the questions that I expect you to answer. Now Jola, make sure you answer this question. If I have not get to where your note is, answer it for me on WhatsApp. And you that are watching online right now, make sure you answer this question and send it to me personally. You can make it as a comment, or you can check for my Facebook page, or my WhatsApp number will be dropped now. I expect you to be my student, and I want you to learn, so that you can contact me and send a WhatsApp message to this number 0810232639. If you have any question, don't forget to message me on WhatsApp with this number, and I will reply you. And if you are outside of Nigeria, just remove the 0 and put +234 +234 if you are outside of Nigeria. So you can message me on WhatsApp by answering the question, then I will guide you. And if you want personal tutorial, you can always contact me on that message. Then we have one-on-one class in which others can also learn to define electrolysis, distinguish between electrolyte and non-electrolyte, state the product of electrolyte of sodium chloride solution, mention 2 use of electrolysis in the industry, write the ionic equation for electrolysis of water. All these have been discussed. And summary now: electrolysis use an electric current to decompose ionic compound. Electrolytes conductor, non-electrolyte do not. That is, they conduct electricity, they do not conduct. Common process: electroplating, purification, and metal extraction. Important product include hydrogen, chlorine, and sodium hydroxide. So that is that, and this is the assignment take home. Make sure you understand this assignment. Explain electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. Describe electroplating of a spoon with silver. Discuss the advantage of electrolysis in the industry production. All this, make sure you do that, and always contact me. So here is our reference: New School Chemistry, Ababio. So that is textbook. Then another one which I want you to know, it is my website, mrojajuni.com. These are the references where you can actually check more details. So these are the references in which you can get the details. If go to your Google and you type that, you're going to see my page, and after that you can always check and see a lot of information in that as regards this if you want to read more about it. End of the presentation. Thank you. Learning chemistry through practice and understanding. Always contact me. That is my number up there, so you can always contact me. So here is what we have done as regards this topic. In a summary now, you can see electrolysis has been dealt with, the learning objective, everything has been dealt with. If you don't understand any, make sure you contact me. God bless you. Don't forget to like it, comment, and make sure you share to your social media handles so that others can learn. Make sure you comment, I understand, I don't understand this aspect, I need to learn more, I need personal tutorial with you. Then you contact me without my number that you can actually see there. I think I gave the number there. You should always contact me. I'm always available with you. This is the number. This is the number. And also you can follow my Facebook page. This is the number. As my number. As my number. And my Facebook page is The Passionate Teacher with a Legacy. So that is my Facebook page, Passionate Teacher with a Legacy. Then also I have other one which is Boluwaji Emmanuel. All these are my handle, and you can actually contact me through that, and I will get across to you. This is my Facebook page. So this is my Facebook page, so you can always contact me and I will answer you, and I will answer you, and I will answer you. God bless you. I believe you learn and find value in this video. I'm Boluwaji Ojajoli, the Passionate Teacher with a Legacy. Feel free to contact me. God bless you.